Good morning. Good morning, beauties. This morning, I would love to share with you about some preparations that I utilize in order to allow myself to flow into an oracular state or a channeled state, which is, in fact, everybody's birthright. You are channeling, you are a channel. And it just depends on where you want to tune yourself into, to be conscious, to be on purpose. And in order to be on purpose and not accidentally channeling everything and everybody and any energy that just happens to be around, to actually decide that you wish to be a vessel and a vehicle for a particular quality of energy requires or requests, right? It's not a requirement per se, but I find that it's very helpful for me to kind of tune myself in. I think I was speaking earlier on another video about sort of making yourself the receiver, just as a radio is a receiver. It is a machine, it's a box. I'm not saying we are machines, but it is a box that requires that it be plugged in. It requires that it be established, make an established connection with the source, right, of energy, of electricity. And then perhaps in the old school way, we pull up the antenna and we connect up with the radio frequencies that are flowing through right now, right, all the time. But in order to receive them, then you tune the radio in to the station, to the sound, to the vibration that is the one you wish to hear. In the same way, in order to become that clear channel for that which you are interested in channeling, one must decide to be on purpose and to get clear that you, in fact, you, are channels, and potentially oracles for yourself, number one, perhaps for others. So one of the things that I do, and I just did before I started this video, is that this particular calling in of my guides came to me a long time ago. Things just sort of flow in to me, and I can tell when it's for me, that it's something that I want to use, when it feels good in my body. That's the other thing I want to continually come back to. Does it feel good in your body? Now, sometimes if your body has been made to feel bad when you were younger, with societal versions of what it is to feel good in your body, or even to not know what it feels like in your body because of overlays, it might take some time practicing some embodiment practices, which I will continue to share with you. Always, always, always. The first one is the slowing down of the breath. Right, that deep, long, slow inhale through the nose, loosen jaw, through the mouth, right? That's always number one. And then actually start getting in the habit of touching and connecting with your body, right? Just taking your hands, which are also have chakras here. We all have the ability to move healing energy through our palms, everybody, right? It's not just sort of the special people, no. Every body is equipped with all of the numerous miraculous abilities. And so it's about tuning yourself in, becoming on purpose. To be an oracle is to decide that you wish to tune yourself in order to use your voice for yourself and in a powerful way. Perhaps for others. Well, always. It will always affect others if you're on purpose in your body. That will absolutely always affect others, just as being accidental in our bodies affects other people. We know how we feel when people are just throwing energy around willy-nilly without any consciousness of how it might be affecting the room, might be affecting the people inside the room. And we know how that feels. We know how it feels when we feel that way. So this is about fine-tuning, right? Tuning in, down, and in. So, as I was saying, back to the original statement that I was making, or offering that I'm bringing here this morning. One of the first things I do before sessions with clients, before I'm going to make a video or go into any kind of, well, almost, right, I try to remind myself to do this all the time. I don't always remember. Yeah? And so when we don't remember, then we remember, oh, I didn't remember. And we come back and we have practices. Wow, interesting, because so my throat is all jammed up this morning. Okay. So I call in my guides with a particular call, right? And I do it out loud because for me, out loud is part of my particular medicine. To speak and to hear myself, to hear my own voice, is part of my particular medicine path, my beauty path. You might have a different way. You might do it internally, okay? Or you might write it numerous times, 3 times, right? 3, 6, 9 times in order to invoke a particular thing. Again, this is about you and your body and how you decide. But I'm going to offer you some of the ways that I do things. So I'm going to share this with you. I'm going to close my eyes because my eyes just naturally close down when I do this. And I'm going to call in my guides using the words that came to me many, many years ago. When I say my guides, these are not people. I don't exactly know what they are. I don't see faces. I do hear voices and see faces in other circumstances, in terms of just sort of having all the clairs online, and some of them open up at different times. But with the guides, now they have come to me. See, I can go off into lots of different areas, right? This is, my mind is like running all kinds of things, but I want to keep bringing it back. Yes, I have had experiences where I have been out of body and I've had contact with a group of people beings that I felt a deep, deep, deep familiarity with, and actually felt a longing and such a relief to be with them again, and did not want to return to this particular realm. And they informed me that I had in fact made that agreement and I did have to go, and I really kind of fought it. Anyway, I've had several of those occasions. So in that case, I wasn't seeing like a person or a particular being. I was sensing, feeling, and knowing, right? And it was a quality of feeling. Okay. So my guides, my team, the way that I call them in, back to, again, what I started with. And you can tweak this, you can do something completely different, but just to give you a sense, okay? So it goes like this. Again, always I start with at least one long, slow, deep inhale, exhale. Calling in my team, my guides. I welcome you here today. I ask that you stand to the front of me, to the back of me, to the left and to the right of me, that you stand below me and above me, and make your way known to me in, through, and as me, that you support me in hearing, seeing with my inner eye, listening deeply with my inner ear, and speaking the word with the vibratory tone of the Most High, of the big love. I give you so many thanks for being with me in this lifetime and throughout all lifetimes. I am so pleased and happy that you're here supporting me this time around on this journey. Thank you. Ashe. Okay, so that is how I call in my team. And if you don't have a sense that, if you're saying, I don't have a team, I don't have guides, I don't know who they are. In fact, I believe, yes, you do. I believe that we are all surrounded by support in the seen and the unseen. I've had the experience throughout my lifetime of both seeing things, beings, and some who look just like people, perhaps people who had passed and were on the other side, but I could see their bodies in front of me. And so I have always known since I was a little child that, in fact, what we see in the 3D, I wouldn't have called it the 3D back then, what was being told to me as being the real world, I knew that there was more because I just came in with that thing still open in me. And I was in a family that was not against that. And in fact, as you know, I grew, realized that everybody, many people in my family had paranormal or supernatural kinds of experiences, and that it was part of my lineage. So I have never denied that part, and I feel very blessed to have come into this lifetime, this time around, with that veil pushed aside somewhat, right? Some people have no veil, right? I had some veiling, but not very much. And I'm really grateful for that. And which is why I'm here to say to you in my own way that you, in fact, also have guides. You have beings, beloveds in the seen and the unseen, walking with you, supporting you. And the more on purpose you become with calling them in, the more clear you are, even if a part of you is doubting. But you have to, no, don't have to, you get to make a choice to invest your energy in that possibility by speaking it, by thinking it, by surrounding yourself with vibrational beings who also speak of that, or who are cultivating that in their lives, or who have already manifested that experience in their lives, in order to continue to choose to open yourself to this possibility that you, in fact, do have guides and a team, and I know you do. It takes practice. It takes practice in order to push away the story that many of us have been told since we were small about what is normal and what is abnormal. Thankfully, we are in a burgeoning, awakening moment where all of that is being challenged by some of us. And you can be part of that by challenging those parts of yourself that think that it's weird, that you are a weirdo, that you might be crazy. I had a client the other day in an oracular session expressing that, am I crazy? I know things all the time. I know about things that are going to happen. I know things when I walk into a room. I said, in fact, no, you are absolutely not crazy. And time to tune in to your abilities and to choose to say yes to that which feels good. That's another question you can ask yourself, right? If there are invasive thoughts coming in, right, that are actually not friendly thoughts, that are negative or harmful thoughts, right? Those are not your guides, right? That is not your team. And that's another kind of work, right, that I do with clients, but that you can also find some support in helping you to clear some of those invasive thoughts, to recenter yourself and to heal parts of you that perhaps got wounded along the way, that have continued to pick up those old loops, those old patterns, right? But feeling good in your body, right? A thought that is guiding you to be aware of something that is helpful, to be aware of something that helps you to make a decision or a choice about either going right or left, for example, in your life. You can start to trust those. You start to trust them by choosing to remember, okay, does this feel good? Can I feel a resonant yes inside my body? Again, this is an ongoing practice. And the way we practice getting better at this is by dropping down and into our body. Nobody gets to co-opt your body and the brilliance of your body. Choosing to remember yourself back from all of the words spoken over you, all of the false paradigms delivered, choosing your sovereignty, your body, your ability to know. That takes practice. And it's a loving practice, right? Where you just keep coming back to it, right? Keep coming back to the breath. Keep coming back to hands on body, right? I love rocking, right? All of the vagus nervous system soothing practices in order to really do this particular, I was going to say work, but it's really play. It's playful, right? Engaging from a playful place of like, wow, I'm curious. I really like the idea of having a team, of having guides. I'm going to choose to invest my energy and my time in it. Maybe I'll start with that prayer that Magdalena shared, with that calling in of the guides. Okay. So that's what I've got for today. And I love you, and I send you many blessings, and keeping you in the big love vibration. Okay. Talk again.